Ever feel like you're stuck staring down this giant problem, like it's this big tangled mess, and you don't even know where to start?
Yeah, we've all been there.
Today, we're going to give you the tools to untangle those messes.
That's right. We're diving into 5 practical tips for sharper problem
And
solving.
believe me, these aren't your typical self-help platitudes. These are real strategies you can put into action right away. We're taking inspiration from some super insightful excerpts on self-improvement, and specifically a section called, and get this, 5 tips for enhancing your problem-solving skills.
Catchy, right?
So let's unpack this. What do you say?
I'm in. And the best part, these tips, they're not just for like, I don't know, solving world peace or something. Although, hey, maybe they can help with that too.
Yep.
But really, they work for anything. A frustrating project at work, trying to figure out why your sourdough starter is about as lively as a brick.
Oh, tell me about it. Speaking of sourdough fails, that actually reminds me of our first tip.
Okay, get me.
Define the problem, but like clearly define it.
Okay.
It's so easy to just throw your hands up and be like, ugh, my bread is a doorstop.
But hold on a second.
Yeah,
There's power in figuring out WHY it's a doorstop.
absolutely. It's like being a detective, right? You don't just jump to conclusions. You got to gather those clues first.
Exactly. You've got to channel your inner Sherlock.
Exactly. And just like a good detective has a process, we can borrow from that too. Like, have you ever heard of the 5 whys?
Yeah. So you keep asking why to get to the root cause of a problem. Let's say you're feeling totally swamped by your inbox, right? Instead of just saying, I have too much email, which, let's be honest, we've all been there.
All the time.
You ask yourself why. Like, is it because you're CC'd on a million messages that you don't even need to be on? Do you need to set up some serious filters to tackle that spam? Once you've found that root cause, finding a solution is going to be so much easier.
It's like that aha moment, when everything just kind of clicks into place. Oh, there it is. That's the problem.
Totally. And that moment feels good. But now, for the fun part, at least for, us creative types.
Yes.
Yes.
Tip number 2, time to brainstorm, baby.
Let's do it.
Brainstorm multiple solutions. This is where we ditch the blinders.
100%.
No more tunnel vision. Let those creative sparks fly.
Because it is so easy to get fixated on just the most obvious solution.
Right.
But often, the ballot approach, the one that's really going to work, it's the one you haven't even thought of yet.
That's so true.
And this is where, using different techniques can be super helpful. Have you ever tried mind mapping?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Even just bouncing ideas off of a friend,
Oh, love that.
A fresh perspective can work wonders. Remember that example from the excerpt about the burnt dinner?
Oh, yeah.
Sometimes the most creative solutions come from those moments when you think, well, this is a disaster. What do I do now?
Constraints breed creativity. I love that.
Right.
Okay, so let's say we've got our ideas, we've brainstormed, we've got a whole bunch of them. Now what? It's time for, I don't know, a little tough love maybe.
Maybe just a little. This is where we got to put our objective hats on, right?
Okay.
Tip 3. Weigh those pros and cons for each solution.
Yeah.
It's so easy to get caught up in the excitement of a new idea. Like, this is going to be amazing. This is going to solve everything.
Right.
But taking a little bit of time to think it through logically can save you a lot of headache later.
That is so true.
If you're a visual person and the material talks about this a little bit, even just quickly sketching out a decision matrix can help.
Yeah.
Just to get all of those factors down on paper so you can compare them side by side.
Oh, I'm a very visual person, so
Yeah.
it resonates with me.
Yeah.
It's like when you're trying to decide between, I don't know, 2 amazing job offers.
Oh, yeah.
On the surface, they both sound incredible, but when you list out, like, okay, pros, cons, this one versus that one, suddenly the path forward is just so much clearer.
Absolutely.
Okay, decision made, we're feeling good, right?
Yeah.
But then that feeling hits,
Oh, yeah.
How do I actually make this happen?
I know, right? So that's where tip 4 comes in, ready to rescue us all.
Okay.
It's time to break things down.
Okay.
Step-by-step approach, my friend. Because even the most daunting tasks, I don't care what it is,
Oh,
they become manageable when you break them down into smaller, actionable steps.
by bite-sized pieces. Love that.
Size pieces. This is honestly like classic project management stuff, but it applies to pretty much anything in life.
It's so true. I'm remembering this time I was trying to learn a new piano piece. I was trying to do the whole thing at once. Disaster. Complete disaster. But when I just focused on mastering, like one measure at a time, suddenly it was like, oh, okay, I can do this.
Exactly.
We tackled the problem. High five. We're feeling good.
Ooh.
But hold on. The deep dive's not over yet.
Not even close.
Yeah.
Because the final tip, and honestly, it's probably the most overlooked one, is to reflect.
Reflect.
Yeah, take a look back at the outcome. What went well? What could you have done differently? This is how we learn. This is how we take a single experience and we turn it into lasting wisdom.
Ooh, I like that. Lasting wisdom.
Right.
Turn those oops moments into
Oh,
wisdom.
into next time I've got this moments.
Yeah.
And even just like a really simple thing like jotting down some notes in a journal
Oh, yeah.
can make all the difference.
That is such a good point. This whole deep dive, this has been like a master class.
Seriously, turning challenges into opportunities for growth. Which, speaking of, I want to hear from you. What problem are you facing right now, and how can these 5 tips be your secret weapon? Think about that this week. Until next time, happy problem solving.